Hello and welcome to the BWC podcast, your guide to navigating the world of trading. I am Masingigi. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about two of the most talked about investment opportunities, that is Bitcoin and real estate. Today, I'm honored to have with me two guests who are going to introduce themselves, and then we're going to dive direct into the topic of the day. Karibuni sana.
Dante.
We'll start with you. You can introduce yourself.
Okay, thank you much for the invitation. So I'm John Magara, crypto trader and an investor. Yeah.
Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Alex Vince Morevi, and I'm a full-time digital entrepreneur in the freelance, Forex, and crypto space, as well as a director to Brains with Concepts. Welcome to this podcast, and I hope you enjoy this particular video.
Asanteni, karibuni sana. Thank you for honoring the invite. We are going to start by discussing what the concept behind Bitcoin and real estate. What is the difference between the two in terms of ownership and value proposition?
All right, so the debate about whether somebody should invest in Bitcoin, whether somebody should invest in real estate, I think it's a very contentious debate, and when sometimes when you're talking about the digital landscape, then people will be more inclined into Bitcoin thing. Like people, the younger generation are more interested now because I need digital, because of the high entrance of the digital landscape. So when you're talking about, on the other hand, when we're talking about real estate, now we're talking about probably the older generation who may not have the understanding of what is blockchain, what is all those technical terms that comes with Bitcoin. But basically, now real estate. When you're talking about real estate on a scope, we're talking about uh, either land, purchase of land, or property, houses and such. We're also talking about probably renting, because for rentals and purposes like that. Then on the other hand, when we're talking about Bitcoin, actually, when we're talking about, this debate is about Bitcoin, but we're basically talking about digital assets in terms of cryptocurrencies. So, and cryptocurrencies are basically digital, more of digital money that is founded on the blockchain technology. So I think we can get into it now when we have that understanding of what is real estate, and on the other side of what is cryptocurrencies, or rather Bitcoin.
Okay.
Yep.
Magara, do you have anything to add on that?
Basically, for the debate between whether someone should go for real estate or for Bitcoin, is because you see Bitcoin is a digital asset. Then for the real estate, it's a physical one. So either way, the two of them, they are good for investment, either Bitcoin, or it just depends on how, or maybe the investor. So there are people who prefer digital assets, there are people who prefer physical assets like the real estate. So it usually depends on maybe the lifestyle of the person or how the person wants to invest on. Yeah.
When someone is investing, their main goal is usually what they'll get in return.
Sure.
So when it comes to Bitcoin and real estate, how do they compare in terms of returns? I'll start with you, Mr. Magara.
Okay, for Bitcoin, you see, Bitcoin is in terms of volatility, is usually very volatile. So for people usually prefer trading Bitcoin because of higher returns, but in a shorter period of time. So for a person going for real estate, it's something physical, something tangible. So someone looking for a longer term and something that is consistent. So maybe each month, maybe if it's real estate, through the monthly revenues, maybe through rentals and something like that. So for higher gains, but for a shorter period, people will prefer the Bitcoin. But for consistent results, maybe over a longer period of time, people will prefer the real estate. Yeah.
So for me, I think I'll put it this way. So just like Magara said, when we're talking about Bitcoin, we're looking at very high risk asset, but at the same time, very high returns. For instance, this year, Bitcoin alone, the performance of Bitcoin has beaten investments such as famous investments such as S&P 500, and the rest are high-end stocks in the US. So that shows that it has that probability of having a very high return. When talking about real estate on the other side, we're talking about low risk, low returns. So on averagely, when you're talking about returns on investment on real estate, appreciation is between 5 to 10%, not more than that, at least as I know in the Kenyan market. So, but in real now you can assume like 5 to 10% return on investment of whether it's in terms of rentals, whether it's in terms of that physical land that is there, the soil or whatever you call it, the capital gains. But on the other hand, you can see Bitcoin alone this year has done what percent, Magara? You may have the real figures.
This year, okay, I may not know the exact percentage, but from this year alone, is from the lowest it recorded is around 49,000.
Yes.
And you see this year is around 100,000, over 100,000.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so that is a good,
Maybe almost a 50% gain if we put it that way. So so when you're talking about real estate, low risk, low returns. When you're talking about crypto or rather bitcoins, we're talking about high risk assets but high returns. Yeah.
shorter period. And you see, we are less than a year, and
Yes,
recorded
yes, yes.
49. That was almost around April now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, so when I'm buying my real estate, I'm given documents and I'm sure this property is safe. No one can take it because I have the documents and all that. How secure is the Bitcoin? Can I just wake up one day and find my Bitcoin stolen, or is it safe to invest in Bitcoin?
I think Magara can highlight on that one.
Okay, concerning security, so someone can say maybe because real estates they are tangible, so they are physical. So someone can say, okay, this digital one, the Bitcoin, mtu anaweza sema haiko safe sana, but the main reason even we have the blockchain technology is because things are automated. So we have the concept of smart contracts which usually run the blockchain. You see, the advantage of the blockchain is that for these physical assets, there's usually agreement, signing of papers. So sometimes somebody can hire someone to change what's written in the documents. And for digital assets like Bitcoin, because they are recorded under the blockchain, it's usually very hard to alter the system. So because once the agreements are coded in the system, then what's done, if you want to buy your Bitcoin or your digital assets, any of it, so it's usually run by smart contracts. So they're the ones which usually record. Maybe if you want to buy, so the agreements they are usually automated. So if you want to buy your Bitcoin, you want to buy any asset you want, then because the agreements it's not easy to change it makes it more secure more than the physical assets. You get it? Yeah. So I think in terms of security, someone does not need to fear on investing on the digital assets.
And again, also, I think we have to add on to that point in terms of storage of your crypto assets. Because what happens is that most people buy, as much as the blockchain is a very secure technology that is able to store the data, or rather, they verify the transactions on when you're buying your crypto assets. Then again, one thing that comes on the back end is the storage of how you store your crypto coins really matters, because there are some wallets which have a high level of exposure. For instance, if you're using the web-based wallets, it means that somebody can be able to, with all the cyber security issues going on and hacking and everything, then it means that like somebody can be able to access what your digital coins when they send some malicious code onto your laptop or onto your phone or something like that. So how you store your crypto assets really matters because, for instance, a wallet, the crypto wallet is more or less like your bank account. So if somebody gets access to your crypto wallet, then it means they can be able also to transfer those crypto assets into their wallet. So you have to watch on that one.
Okay.
Yeah, I think also people should invest a lot in education. So we have two types of wallets: the hot wallets and the hard wallets. So people should at least learn the difference between the two. So because the hot wallets have advantages and disadvantages, the hard wallets also have. But for those investors, those ones who have maybe high amounts of holdings on their accounts, most of them prefer hard wallets because you are storing your coins in a safer place, and the only person who can access the funds is only you. So, like it's just like some sort of passwords. So you are the only one who can access them physically. You see, they are not stored over the internet, unlike the hot wallets, whereby sometimes you can forget and maybe store your passwords on. They are called even they are seed phrases. You are storing them over the internet, maybe Gmail, and someone maybe can hack. But the hardware, for the hard drive, the common one is the Ledger Nano S, the common one that is majorly used. So that one, if you have your own seed phrases, not unless you share them with another person, nobody can ever access your account.
So it is completely safe to invest in Bitcoin.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But you must take care of your of your digital wallets where your storage matters.
Okay. I can wake up today and decide I'm going to sell my real estate. I need some money, I need some quick money. I just wake up, take the documents, go and sell it and get the money. Is this the same case with Bitcoin? Can I just wake up in the morning and decide to sell and I sell the Bitcoin?
So actually, what you were exploring in these in this aspect, we call it as financial whatever analyst and everything else traders. We call it liquidity. So I'm just exposing you to the terms that I'm involved in the crypto world. So in terms of liquidity, kuna kitu moja yenye wasee like people rather like people don't say. So kununua shamba actually ni very easy like like unapataga msee ako available kuuza shamba, so kununua for you it's always an easy deal. Unaenda pale unaangalia shamba kama umeipenda, the next day you can put in the money after you've done the search, you have the land. But let me tell you, you guys are already laughing, but like kuuza nayo ndio shida. So selling off your land actually, I like is one of the most is the hardest thing. So if at all, actually, if you're the one selling, unless upatane na broker pale hivyo, and most times when people are selling land, they sell off out of desperation because unapata msea ameweka shamba kwa market imekaa 1 year haijapata msee wa kununua. Wasi wanakuja wanaiangalia, maybe hiyo shamba ulikuwa umenunua 1 million, but people are giving you below the market rate offers or below even the price that you bought. So probably somebody who can actually even rescue you faster is a broker who will actually even hit you hard because sasa yeye anajua akona a wide audience ya wase wenye wanaweza buy hiyo shamba. Now, but when it comes to crypto assets or Bitcoin, right now I can be holding 1 Bitcoin, and as within the next 30 minutes, I can be able to liquidate all that portfolio and get that money either in my M-Pesa or in my bank account. So liquidating, especially pale hivyo kwa maybe I use Binance most cases. So liquidating pale hivyo on P2P trading is very easy. So you basically need to get somebody who is there are people, usually the people create their ads. So unapata kuna mse ame create ad ya kubuy na mwingine ame create ad ya kusell. So if I have my Bitcoins, I just go and click on sell. So it means that somebody on the other end is ready to accept my Bitcoins on a real time basis. And once the crypto is escrowed meaning like crypto sasa inatoka kwa wallet yangu inakuwa on the Binance central place ya sasa ule msee pia bado hajaipata. Then when that guy sends me the money and I confirm that I have received the money, then I can be able to release the coins now to them. So zenye zilikuwa kwa kitu inaitwa escrow system. So is basically a central place whereby sasa ule msee hana na pia mimi sina. So now once the transaction is confirmed, then the other person receives it. So it's easy as that in terms of liquidation.
Anything to add on that?
Yeah. There's nothing much to add. It's just that comparing Bitcoin and real estate is easier liquidating Bitcoin than the real estate. Yeah, because for Bitcoin, you see, in 30 minutes you can be able to sell off the Bitcoin in 30 minutes. See, comparing with the physical real estates, it's not easy selling within 1 day or 2 months. You need like some months. You see, to follow up the owner of the maybe if it's land, maybe it's maybe house or rental. So to find out the owner who owns it, documents, it can take you several months before. For crypto, it's decentralized. So you feel like selling right now, you can just sell because it's already automated in the system using what I've said. It's called smart contracts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Today we are just learning new terms here. I hope you're also learning together with me. My director says we are running out of time, so I'm going to give each of you 10 seconds to tell us which investment plan works for you and also give advice to someone who wants to start investing in Bitcoin. Starting with Magan.
Okay, for beginners, maybe if you're wondering, maybe you've been hearing about crypto and how to start investing, and maybe if there are risks. Yes, there are risks involved in in investing, but they are safer ones when you're starting off. When you're starting off, you can use a simple strategy that we call DCA to invest in your coins, like this bull run season. So comparing between real estate and maybe Bitcoin, which one is better than the other? For me, I usually encourage to diversify your portfolio because all the two, they have advantages and disadvantages. So you can set some money aside and then invest in real estate, and then maybe set some money aside and invest in Bitcoin. So for me, I prefer because for real estate is a long term, if I get money from maybe selling off crypto, then I can invest in real estate. Yeah.
Right. So for me, I would actually add onto the same. The best thing is actually making sure that you have a diversified portfolio in terms of the crypto assets and also land. So we cannot write off land at the end of the day because tunahitaji place tutajenga manyumba, tunahitaji place mali at least your money is safe. Remember, at the end of the day, crypto is also very volatile. As much as you can make so very huge gains, at the same time prices go lower. So leo BTC ko 100,000, but you never know. Like the next 4, 5, 6 days, you may find even it dipping into $90,000 or $80,000. So it's always good to have both on your hands and consider one a long-term investment and the other one consider a long-term and safe investment. The other one consider it a short-term and high-risk investment. So always make sure that you balance between the two. We're not saying BTC is overtaking land or neither land is overtaking BTC. What we are emphasizing actually is making sure that you have a diversified portfolio. So remember, you always start investing in yourself before you even jump into either real estate buying because there are scammers there, and even in crypto trading. Always make sure you invest in yourself before you start your investment journey.
Okay, thank you very much for honoring the invite. Asanteni for the knowledge. Watu wa Broti Magutabaguta, I know you've learned that there's more than one investment. You can diversify into both and then you can excel that way. I've also learned today new terms, liquidity, escrow. So I'm also learning. So if you're learning the same way that we are learning here, make sure you subscribe to our channel and share these live videos with others so that we can be more and we can get more education. Stay safe and trade smart. Bye-bye.